Today, the Washington Examiner, let's get to some of the developments here, claiming in its reporting that there hasn't been a foot of wall created on our southern border.
Lou, so let me tell the American people the facts, the truth. Right now, there has been miles and miles of new wall being built. Right now, currently 52 miles in strategic locations in El Centro, El Paso, San Diego, and the list goes on. 52 new miles have replaced old, dilapidated, ineffective wall. If you ask the men and women of Border Patrol, each mile, those 52 miles was absolutely new wall. Right now, under construction is approximately another 50 miles of replacement border of the old dilapidated, plus 13 linear new miles. In addition to that, Lou, we have another approximately 100 miles of new linear wall that's been approved, funded, and we're getting ready to construct in the Rio Grande Valley, which, of course, is one of the central strategic locations for that. And this is all going to be completed in 18 months, almost 205 new miles, 205 miles of border wall being built. And don't forget, we're still counting on the funding to come through from DOD, which will actually produce another 200 to 250 miles. So that report is absolutely ridiculous.
As you say, and certainly I accept the situation on the border and the wall, but at the same time, I have to say, we're talking about a 2,000-mile border, as you well know, and that is highly insufficient. If we are to put up a wall across that border, it will take decades at that rate.
Whole have been working for a long time to ensure that the new wall that is being built, has been built, and will continue to be built is actually done first in strategic locations, those areas where they need it most, along with personnel and technology. It's going to make a difference. And that's why, Lou, I agree with you. That's why we need Congress to continue to fund additional wall and strategic locations. Now, make no mistake, we don't need a wall along all 2,000 miles, but we do need it in strategic locations. And with the wall that's being built and will be finished by the end of next year, we're making an absolute incredible dent in a positive way.
You know, we go back to February 15th, as you well know, when the president declared an emergency on our southern border. It turns out Chuck Schumer wants to meet with the president to talk about, of all things, border security, or at least ostensibly. What he says, what he means, what he does are often three different things. I don't know what to expect, but I know that it would be irrational of any of us to expect Schumer and Pelosi to join with the president in securing that border without immense trade-offs in terms of amnesties and forbearance on enforcement of U.S. immigration law.
Lou, I tell you, I'm not holding my breath that Congress is going to be able to do what they should do. You know, we've been saying this for a long time. I've been on your show several times. We've talked about it, and I appreciate it. We need Congress to act. Absolutely. Hey, right now, the White House is doing a tremendous amount of positive things within the current legal framework that we have. But make no mistake, we will not get to where we need to be on this crisis until Congress acts, until they fix the floor settlement agreement, until they fix TVPRA, which treats kids differently from the Northern Triangle countries than they do from Mexico or Canada, where we're able to return them and fix the asylum loopholes. Until Congress acts and actually passes meaningful legislation to address the loopholes in a legal framework, this crisis will not end.
Yeah, I get it, and I've gotten it for some time, as I think you know.
Yes, sir.
What I also get is that the Democratic Party is unreliable. It is a party of hate. It is an anti-Trump organization. It is a subversive organization when it comes to this presidency, trying its very best to overthrow the president, to subvert his policies, and to expect any kind of rational for the national interest and this president's policies. I just, frankly, I'm highly skeptical that anything could come of it, certainly anything positive.